Hey everybody. Hi. It's Bramblebeard Gaming. What's up? How's it
What's up,
going?
everybody?
Hey. That side. It's Richmond. He's
Hi.
back.
Hello. New camera too.
New camera. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a nice setup you've got going on there.
I'll see if I can show everybody what I'm
It's
working with. I'm in my. I have like a small TV. I'm in my kitchen.
Oh yeah, they see nothing. Nothing.
No.
That's so tiny.
Oh, I was gonna say it looks like there's something on there.
No, there's definitely something on there. Hey Adam. How's it going?
Hey, Adam. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. I'm back.
He's back.
Was gone for the week and just enjoying being back on stream. I got across the street in Minnesota, it snowed probably about 3 inches today. Probably less, probably 2 inches. But across the street, they sell Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Pumpkin Barrel Ale. So
Man.
it's like I'm at home anyway.
Yeah, it's like you're home. Man, that stuff's really good. I miss that it's that's cycling out. The pumpkin's good. They've got a peppermint one though. They got a peppermint porter that is actually quite tasty.
Well, that sounds good.
It is delicious. Hey Tom, how's it going?
we also sound so disappointed this time. Hi Tom. So, but hey everybody, you've had some exciting things happen with you recently.
We got a puppy.
Sure did.
Yeah, it's a puppy. She's 10 weeks old, little Pomsky little thing. She is hating going in a crate and howls all night, so it's so much not sleeping.
Tell you what, that ticking clock works. I promise.
Nope.
Giving it one night. So when we first got our dog, who's a little jerk, we had her in a crate in the kitchen downstairs, and so we put on a 12-hour ticking clock YouTube channel, YouTube video. And I'd say within 3-4 days, cured it perfectly. So
we'll see.
TJ has no patience, but he also has a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
So
6-year-old that we're virtual learning.
You would think that you would remember how miserable it is.
I told my wife, I was like, nope. This is why we stopped at 1. I was like, we should have got a kitten. Another kitten.
Nope.
Man.
But yeah, welcome everybody. Anybody who's hopping in and hanging out with us. We have something new on the channel. I'm sure you may have seen it on Facebook or Twitter or written fan fiction about it. In the case of Tom and Jeremy from Blue Picnic Bag, we now have our first emote, and it is Beardy. If you are a subscriber, feel free to drop the Beardy emote in the channel.
He's right there. I'll even do a couple Beardies.
Yeah, no one really knows where Beardy came from. If you go to Facebook, you might see that Tom and others Tom and Jeremy have written some fan fiction about the lore and origins of Beardy. So be sure to check that out. But
follow along at home.
I'd say we have 3 emotes in the pipeline. Beardy's the first one, and then we're a couple subscriptions away from unlocking another emote slot, which would be my visage. You'll see it. It actually will pop up here shortly when we go over to the game. So enjoy Beardy. Use them all over the place. If you're on Twitch anywhere, just drop in, say hello, drop a Beardy. He's like the board game version of Gritty. Which
I was gonna say Clippy.
Oh, Clippy, like an orange grimace.
Grimace
is what Beardy's like. Hey, Tiny, how are you?
Hey, Tiny.
Yeah, so Beardy is the best.
Yeah, no kidding. I like Beardy. But one other thing, a news or update, if we've been affiliates for about a month. So if you want to keep using your Twitch Prime, that does not renew every time. You've got to hit the button to do it every time. They don't want you to automatically keep doing it because that's money out of Amazon's pocket.
You got to do the thing. So
you got to do the thing to make it happen again, so you can get the beardy in the chat.
Yeah, and whatever the next one is, and if whenever we hit the next one, and we unlock the next emote, we will let you all name the character.
Oh boy, I'm scared.
I am too, but hopefully it turns out well. But
yeah,
I think that's enough business for today. We'll talk a little bit about what's going on tomorrow later, but let's go ahead and get into our Queen Games night.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be just Winter Kingdom, but we got a little surprise last night that we're going to be playing the new Stefan Feld game after we play Winter Kingdom. So we want to do Winter Kingdom first because that was our original plan. But Coco Pelli coming up after Winter Kingdom is a plus, and to help us through both of those is the man who has been super generous to help us out in our first month of streaming and has really been a part of getting us up and going. And that is Travis from Queen Games. Travis, are you there, buddy?
I am here, and I just want to say I read that fan fiction, and there's something wrong with both of those guys.
Oh, well, you didn't need to read the fan fiction to know that.
Yeah,
no, not at all. Let's transition over here. I'll go ahead and poke that button, and boom.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on here.
We're thrilled to have you. I would like to say that I am. This is the first stream that I am using the new computer that was gifted to us by Banana Mustang. So thank you, Banana Mustang.
Yeah, thank you, Banana.
It has been wonderful. I also believe a quote from Travis about a month ago was, "What the hell's a Banana Mustang?"
It's true. I still don't actually know.
No one does.
All right, I think I've taken my seat as the green player.
Okay, great. So
I'm
going to take you guys through how to play this game. So we've got some nice setup stuff here that Ken was nice enough to build in when he built this mod. So the first thing one of you want to click is this setup button up here. And it's going to ask you if everybody is seated.
We will say yes.
Yes, we are.
So it just put out all the towels and gave everybody some cards and gave us all the things we need. Now it's going to ask you who the start player is. That's, you guys just have to decide. This is probably the toughest decision of the night.
Richmond.
Okay, that's fair. And then I'm dragging the first player token.
Nope, you're going to click the green button to tell it who the start player is. See it right here? Who is right here?
Oh, I see.
Click the yellow, not the green.
Don't
do it.
Right, yellow.
Got it.
So that gave you the start player marker and 1 coin, and it gave TJ 2 coins. And that's just kind of, that's the starting money. So let's go over the game. As we go through this, I'm going to touch on things that are similar to the sort of spiritual predecessor to this, which is Kingdom Builder, which has been out almost a decade now. It's also from Donald X. So I'll touch on that. I'm sure most people have at least played it. So those things should be familiar. So I won't go into super detail. I think there'll be some references, and I think you guys will get it. But at its core, this game uses one of the same mechanics. So both of you guys have cards, and I don't know if you're zooming in or whatever, but you both have cards in front of you to start. One of them represents your mandatory action. That's got 3 little houses, and it points towards a card. That says that on your turn, every time you're gonna take that action. You're gonna have a terrain card, which is gonna look like these up here. It won't let me draw cards. If one of you want to flip over some examples of some of these up here, we can all look at because yours are in your hands. But I think this one, the grayish one, is the terrain cards, and
the gray one here. Yeah. This one? Nope.
Yeah, that one right there. Yeah. So you can see there's the forest, and all the other terrains out here have cards, except for the mountains and the ice. So whatever card you have every turn, your mandatory turn is you're going to place 3 houses in that terrain. That's a carryover from Kingdom Builder, and it is really a very simple mechanic. Now, it gets a little more complicated in that there's something called the Adjacency Rule, and that basically says that if in the terrain for the card you have, you can place adjacent to one of your existing houses, then you have to do that. So even if you're in a different terrain, but it is adjacent to the forest, for example, you have to place adjacent, and that has to keep happening. So strategic placement and leaving yourself opportunities open is definitely a key. So in this game, we're going to be placing our houses out there, and the way we want to do that strategically changes every game. And the thing that drives that are these 3 cards up here at the top that are just up here by the box. And these tell us how we're going to score every game. This is also similar to Kingdom Builder. And on these, the first one says Nature Lovers, and it says 1 giant green hand. Oh, wait, I can't see it.
Oh.
1 victory point. Yeah, that helps. 1 victory point for each of your houses adjacent to at least 2 hexes that have either mountain or ice. So 2 mountains, 2 ice, or mountain and ice. That house will score you 2 victory points. Bureaucrat says each terrain board, there are 4 victory points awarded to the player who has the longest contiguous straight line of houses on that board. So there's 7 boards. That'll be 28 points. Whoever has the longest contiguous straight line, they're going to get the 4 points for that board. Wanderer says 2 victory points for each line through the game board that in the chosen direction on which at least 2 of your houses are built. So it says at the start of the game, you guys are going to choose 1 of 3 directions through the game board. So what that means is there's 3 ways that you can draw lines on this board. It was just horizontal and vertical, but now you can go one way. You can go diagonal from left to right. You can go down diagonal from left to right, or you can go straight across. So that's going to be up to you guys to choose. And then you're going to evaluate all of those lines across the entire board at the end of the game. And for every line that you have at least 1 house on, you're going to score, let's just say 2 on which 2 of your own are built. Yeah, you'll get 2 victory points.
Yeah, 2.
Yep.
So that, I guess that's the first choice we have to make is which way we want to go.
Yep.
Let's go down, left, or right. Did you say that was a possibility this way?
Sure. Yeah. Starting up at the top, and then coming down across the board. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So those 3 cards are the majority of how you're going to score. The only other scoring in the game is for the village, the cities, the castle-like looking hexes. There's 1 of those on every terrain board. And the way those score, there are 3 points for whoever has the majority around them. So whoever has the most houses. Now, most houses and scoring and all of those things, there's an interesting element in this game that's different than Kingdom Builder. We not only have houses, which are all in this storage bag that looks like a big giant house. You each have 32 of them. You also each have 4 forts. You can build a fort anytime, just like you would build a house. Although for all intents and purposes, a fort counts as 2 houses. So for any reason, whether it's scoring, majority for scoring those 3 points for the locations, whatever it might be, a fort counts as 2 houses. So important to remember that.
And am I right that a fort can't be moved?
It can't be moved. If we have an ability card, if one of you has an ability card, which we haven't talked about yet, that lets you move things, you cannot move a house. So you guys have a bunch of ability cards. Nobody can see them. Those are the sort of light gray backed ones. If one of you guys would throw a couple of those out on the table, I'll talk about these other 2 cards over here, and then we'll talk about the ability cards. So at the beginning, we saw that one of you guys got 1 coin and one of you got 2 coins. Coins are completely new from Kingdom Builder. They're unique for Winter Kingdom, and they are used to activate cards, which you just dropped out and we'll look at and talk about in a second. But the way you get money is an economy card. Those are the greenback cards. That is also different every turn. This time we have hunting, and it says you'll get 1 coin for each of your own houses that is not built adjacent to any of your other houses. So you evaluate that each time you build. So when you place your first house, is it adjacent to 1? If not, you get a coin. You place your second house. If it's adjacent, then you don't get a coin. So you evaluate each of the houses that you build on your turn. Obviously, the first one you build is pretty easy to score on. After that, it becomes a challenge. Okay. So that is how you are going to get money. Another thing that's new to Winter Kingdom are called twist cards. You have the choice to draw one of these. You guys are uber gamers, so of course you want to play with a twist. We recommend if it's your first time that we maybe don't use a twist, but you guys will be good. This one says, when you build a house adjacent to a village, which are the smaller looking locations, and it is your only house adjacent to that village, you can build another house adjacent to any of your houses. So if here's a village just over the left of it in the green. If you build adjacent to it, and that's the only house you have adjacent to that village, you can build another house anywhere. It doesn't dictate where you can build it. Of course, you still have to build adjacent because you always have to build adjacent.
Sure.
Okay.
So that's the twist. That throws a twist in. So fans of Kingdom Builder will recall that there used to be locations out on all the tiles that had little discs. And when you built beside that, you got to take one of them, and that gave you a power for the rest of the game, like build once in the sand, build once in the grasslands, jump a house, all sorts of different power abilities. Well, in Winter Kingdom, those abilities aren't on the board. Each player gets a hand of 5 randomly dealt powers, so you two both have a completely different hand of cards that you can activate. When you activate them, you're going to put them up like the 2 cards that you already have. They're very similar to these. You have the mandatory action. The other one you have up that is available to start the game is called Tunnels. And we can look at the icons for tunnels. It says you can move a house that's adjacent to a tunnel to where it is adjacent to some other tunnel. So as you accumulate cards, you can do them in any order. You could use the tunnel first, then take your mandatory action. You can do the mandatory action and then take the tunnel. And then as you build more cards, you can do them in any order. The only rule is that once you start one of the actions, you can't interrupt it with another one. So once you start, say, your mandatory action, you can't build one house and then use a tunnel and then build 2 more houses. You have to build all 3 of them once you've started. So if one of you could flip over some of these gray cards up here for me, that way we can talk about cards real quick.
These guys? Right here.
Yep, those guys.
There you go.
3's probably enough. All of the cards have one similar property, and that is that there are 2 new dollar amounts on there. There's a top, that's the cost to build the card. So this first one over here on the left's 1, the next one is 3, and the last one is also 1. When you do that, you've got some little markers here that are in a stack. You've got yellow and green markers, like the ones that are sitting out on your mandatory and your tunnel action. You're going to put one of those on the top part of the card. On a later turn, you could upgrade that card, and then you would move that token down to the bottom of the card. That identifies that you can now use either of the abilities. Most of them enhance the top ability. For example, we have Carriage here. Carriage says move a house any distance while keeping it on the same terrain. So if you're out there in the snow, you can move anywhere you wanted in that snow as long as you stayed in the snow. And then if once you upgrade it, it says just move a house. So you can move it and you could leave the snow. You can only move it one space, but you could actually leave the snow in doing that, or whatever. I just say snow, but whatever terrain you're in. The barracks costs 3 to start out, and the barracks lets you place a house every turn next to a fort. Anything that places houses in this game is always valuable. It's an advantage to be able to place more houses than your opponent, because it's all about getting houses on the board so that you can match those scoring cards and score at the end. Once you upgrade it, it says place a house in a group of houses, and as long as that group is adjacent to a fort. So it makes it a little more flexible. And then finally, the Caravan. The Caravan's a little different. We can see how that we have the top part, and then I think this is one of the different cards. We'll have to look maybe in the rules and see. But the top says you can jump a house. So you see, you jump it over a hex, moving it 2 in any direction straight. And the bottom says after you jump it, you can build a house in the space where you left.
Okay.
There are some, this one actually isn't one now that I think about it. There are some where the top is blue and the bottom is kind of orangish. And those cards actually give you 2 abilities. So once you upgrade, you can do the top, and then the bottom is a completely separate ability. It's going to be very similar, but you get to do both once you upgrade. Now, it's important to remember you can only play or upgrade 1 card per turn. So you make your money, you save it up, you spend it on whatever card you want to put on the board, and next turn you'll be able to use that card because the flow of the turn is you turn over your terrain card. Then you're going to take all your actions using all the cards in front of you, your mandatory action, your tunnels, any cards that you've played. And then at the end, you're going to collect your money. And then at the end of your turn, you can spend money to either activate or upgrade one card. Into your turn, play passes. You can go ahead and draw a new terrain card, and you're ready for the next turn. The game's going to go until the end, happening when someone plays their last house. We'll have an even number of turns. So if Richmond's the one who plays the last house, TJ's still going to get another turn. Whereas if TJ plays his last house first, then that's going to be the end of the game. That includes having to play all your forts. So pretty much somebody has to put all of them on the board. So that's also the advantage there. If you get them all on the board before your opponent, he's not going to get the chance to do that. Then we would score. You score all the locations on the board. Then you'll go through each card and score all the points for the cards. Most points wins. One action I did skip over. If you choose not to build a card and you have 5 coins stored up, you can spend 5 coins to use any one of your cards 3 times in a row. So based upon what cards you have out there and what the scoring is, that could be a pretty big thing, because if you were down to 3 houses, you could do that and all of a sudden the game's over. Or you could line up to score a bunch of points by doing that. So it's a pretty impactful move. Generally, getting your cards out on the table. I think that, to me, it's pretty valuable to take the time to look at your cards and kind of sort out what they do and kind of build a strategy. Like, this is the engine that I want to create in order to be able to place houses that line up with the scoring parameters for the game.
Awesome.
All right. And just as a note, when we build our first places, we don't have to start on the edge of the board, correct?
You do not. You can start anywhere in your terrain. There may be a twist in here. I don't think I've seen them all, but I haven't played with all of them, so I don't remember. There might be one that says you have to start on the edge of the board or something. But
interesting.
You can place anywhere, whatever your terrain card is. You're just going to have to start in that terrain, and because you don't have anything to be adjacent to, that can be anywhere. However, your second house is obviously going to have to be adjacent to the first house.
Sure. All right.
And as you know, the rule book's down here, and I'll go ahead and get you to the back because I'm sure you're going to want to browse over the various cards. They start right here. So,
Alrighty.
Hey, the way Tim moves. Thanks for the follow.
You appreciate me. Yeah, I think we appreciate Travis giving us that overview, and I think we are ready to start.
For sure.
All right. You guys enjoy. If you want, I can sit for maybe a turn or two. That way, if you have any questions, and then I'll drop off and let you guys go at it.
Sure.
Yes,
sounds good. All right. So I am.
Hey, Twinkle. Thanks for the host.
I appreciate it. Is that Tanya?
Yeah, it's Tanya.
We appreciate the host, Tanya. All right. So I have this terrain. So I'll play it down in front of me here. Play right there. And then I'm going to let's go build 3 houses. 1. Or those are the houses, right? Or those the forts? Big bags of the house.
Yeah.
And then I will. So that will give me 1 coin because my first house was
not adjacent.
Not adjacent to something I built. So I'll take a coin. So I have 2 coins. And with my 2 coins, I'll spend my 2 coins and play this card. And I believe it lets me put any house on a pink space. If that's right, Travis?
Yep, that's right. Of course, that doesn't activate until next turn. Those are actually counters you just picked up.
I was going to say, you just threw a counter away there.
Oh, Richmond. I did. You're right. I got it.
Yeah, you don't have to draw the coins. Let's just give you one of these other counters.
I got it.
There you go. Cool, you don't have to actually draw the coins. Just click them. It's really small. You may want to zoom them up a little bit.
Yeah,
some people have trouble seeing them.
Scale it up.
Yeah, but you just clicks plus or 1 plus 5, and then you'll want to take one of these yellow markers and put it up on your green card to show that you've paid for the top of it. When you get a bunch of cards, once you start having trouble keeping track of them, those tiles can be flipped over to show that you've tapped that ability. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't say tap.
Can't say that. Can't say that.
That you have used that ability for the turn.
Rest in peace, our Twitch channel.
Right. While we're at it, we may as well do some Disney copywriting, throw some Marvel stuff.
No! Don't mess with the mouse. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you right away. Don't mess with the mouse. Now that he bought that, can he use that ability right now?
He can't. You buy and upgrade cards after you've taken all your actions. So it's at the end of your turn.
All right. And then I assume does our terrain cards go back to the pile or are just off to the side?
Yeah, he started a discard pile over here. If you happen to run out, then you would shuffle it. But chances are.
Sounds good. All right. So I have, what is that, like a Tundra? So I'm going to build my 3 in that Tundra, which is up there.
Yeah, the Tundra and the mountains, in some cases, look a little bit similar. So it's the lighter colored gray as the Tundra. The darker one are mountains, which you cannot build on.
And what was the significance again? Here it is. When you build an adjacent to, and it's the only building you can build another adjacent to any of my houses. Okay. So I've got one of these little one of the little huts. What is that called?
I think those are villages, and the bigger ones are cities, I think.
So I could place this first one here.
Yep.
And that would give me a money. I'd get $1 for that. And then I also would be triggering our boom. Correct?
Correct.
And now it's the only one, so I can build it adjacent to another one of my huts. So that means I could spread out to another terrain that is not mine. So I could go to that hut.
Yep.
And then I build 2 more huts. Like so.
There you go. So I'm not suggesting that either one of them were the right thing to do, but just for reference, if that first one you had built had been a fort, you would have collected $2 instead of 1.
Oh, that's right. Fort is a choice.
Right.
Okay. Good to know. All right. And then I'm going to I'm going to do Crossroads. Put out the Crossroads and pay 2 for that guy, which will let me place a little hut on a terrain card, or terrain shown to the right of the terrain on my card. Now, does that need to be adjacent to one of the buildings that I already have, or no?
So this one's actually an example. This is one of the ones that has 2 different abilities once you upgrade it. The top part says place a house on the terrain shown to the right of your card. So this time you had Tundra, and the one to the right of that is the orangish terrain.
Okay.
So that means once you buy the top part, you can place a house on orange. If you are adjacent to orange, you have to place adjacent. If you're not, you can place anywhere. Now, once you upgrade it, the bottom part says when you do play your terrain card, you can place on either the terrain on the card or the one to the right of that terrain at the top.
I like that.
Yeah, so it gives you 2. That one's an example of the ones that give you 2 different abilities, and you can use them both per turn.
And that's because of the arrow that's on it, correct? Or no, I'm sorry. The arrows are the ones that are like
color.
You can do both.
Right. The bottom is kind of orangey, kind of distinctly different, so you can tell.
Gotcha.
And you'll want to put a green marker on it to show that you've bought the top.
All right. So I am going to. You're finished, correct, TJ?
Yes, I am. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good.
A lot of things popped up on the screen over here on OBS. It looks like Tom. Thank you for the Prime sub.
Thanks, Tom. All right. So again, Travis, make sure I'm doing this right. So I'm gonna play this green one here.
Yep.
I'm gonna put a fort there.
Yep.
Which will give me.
That's a house, but yeah, you
Oh,
can.
I'm sorry. You're right.
You're gonna do the thing he suggested I do.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put a fort there, and because I did that, that's gonna allow me to build a house anywhere else. Correct?
Yep, anywhere you want. It still has to be adjacent, but yes, anywhere you want.
Okay, but I can put it here on the snow. So I'll
Yep.
do that, and then I will also build my other two in the screen here.
Those are forts too. Do you want to
I
keep?
know. I'm
Right.
gonna keep doing that all game. So I'm gonna build that here and here.
Okay, so a couple of notes there. You get 2 coins for the fort because you built the fort and it wasn't adjacent to anything. And then you get 2 coins. Yep. And then you get to place another house because the free one you placed was also adjacent to a village. I think that's a village, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's also adjacent to a village, and it's the only one that's adjacent, so you get to build another one.
All right, so I'm going to build this house. I'm going to build it here. Am I able to build it there?
Nope, those are mountains.
Okay, so I can't build it on the mountains. So I will build it here. We're cool with that?
Yep.
All right. Then I'm going to use my power, which allows me to put is the garden tile. Lets me put it on the pink spaces. And because I do have to be adjacent though, right? Or it can be
That's
anything.
correct. Yep,
Okay.
you have to be adjacent.
Let's go there. And that should be my turn.
Yep, the only other thing you could do is a tunnel. You're not adjacent to it anyway, so.
All right, and then I am going to spend a coin and build this wagon.
Oh.
Can I upgrade it to the second one immediately?
You can't.
I can't, so I have to do it one each time.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right, and that is my turn.
Is it a choice of one either play or upgrade on a turn?
That's correct. You can either play and build the top or pay and upgrade one existing one.
Awesome.
Right.
Sounds great. I am
rolling
going
through these.
I know. So this is going to let me build on these guys, and I have to be adjacent to what I've already built, so that'll be fun. So I'll go ahead. No, that is the whole bag. Let's lock that down. I'm going to lock yours too, Richmond.
Yep.
Alrighty. So, man, that's rough.
My camera went out for a second, so let me get that back up.
Oh no. Richmond is some kind of webcam utility crash.
Yeah, how about that?
Richmond is part of the Matrix. I forgot to tell everyone. All right. I mean, I'm just going to make a wall, and this is going to be my army up there, and I don't know that's a good choice, but it's going to be my choice. So, did we decide if Crossroads has to be adjacent?
Anything you build has to be adjacent.
Okay.
So in that case, it lets you place in the pink because that's to the right of the orange.
And then so I essentially have to put it there.
Right.
It's the only place I can put it. Okay, cool. Let's do that.
I don't think you generated any money, but you do have one you could spend.
I think I am going to spend. I'm going to upgrade mine to the second ability.
Now, with your card, the exception there, you would put one on the top and one on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense. But I still can't use it yet.
That's correct.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Haha, I have fixed it. And then mandatory action. And then I have tunnels. And I'm next to a tunnel. So that means I can use tunnels to move to another place on the board.
Yep.
So I believe I'm going to move. I'll use my tunnel. Oh. I'm going to use my tunnel to move this guy to. Which tunnel did I decide on? I decided on this tunnel here.
So you
All
can't move on. You can't go on the ice. The ice is
it's slippery.
Ice is like mountains. There are specifically cards that will let you move and or
okay, that's what it
build
was.
on. Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll just go there. I believe will be I like that. Once again, don't know if it's the right choice, but it's a choice I made. All right, is Richmond's back. He's not a webcam utility anymore.
We'll see what happens. I may have to switch to my laptop camera, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We'll cross that bridge later. Got it.
For some reason, my camera was like, "Oh yeah, dead battery," and I was like, "You should
charge it."
I did. Charged all day.
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna go here. We gotta play the pink card.
You really hate putting it in the discard, don't you?
Yep.
Absolutely hate it.
Yep, I sure do. So let's start moving this way. And then I'm going to use the top action of this wagon, and I can move any piece through all of my other houses to another space, which I believe is correct. So I'm going to move this one through there up into there.
Oh, that's a wall. It's a wall of Richmond right there.
And then I'm going to use my garden power to build a house on the pink there, which doesn't give me any coins.
I have a green arrow on my forehead. What's that?
But it does give me, when you build a house, it gives me boom. When I build a house adjacent to whatever, and it's the only house adjacent to that, I get to build another adjacent to something. So I'm going to build that house.
Oh, and I didn't bring it up at the time, but with Tom's Amazon Prime sub, that puts us at 12 out of 15. You can see it up there in the top right to unlocking that emote to the left of the number.
So there's only one problem with your turn, Richmond, which you can correct. Somebody reminded us at the beginning of the game you can't move forts.
Oh, that was a fort, wasn't it? Dag on it. And I was the one who reminded us. So we'll just say that that's my move.
Right.
Yeah, that works.
And you got to move. The forts are different. They're easier to see if you kind of go down to a side view. They're taller.
Yeah, I see that. Yep.
I see.
This way.
So, yeah.
Dramatic fort check.
There you go. Now you're good.
Okay.
It is kind of dynamic. It's got that real live view.
Yeah.
And I'm not next to a tunnel, so I am good.
Alrighty. All right, so my turn. I've got to build on the same one I did last turn. And I've got Richmond in my way now, which is great.
While TJ's coming up with his plan, let me tell Tom, he said he missed the scoring card. So first scoring card is 1 victory point for each of your own houses adjacent to at least 2 hexes with a mountain or a water space. Or that's ice, sorry. So 1 victory point for each of your own houses adjacent to at least 2 hexes with a mountain and or ice. You're going to get, for each terrain board, you'll have 4 victory points awarded to the player who has the longest contiguous straight line of their own houses on that board. And wonders 2 victory points for each time or each line through the game board in a chosen direction, which we are going northwest to southeast, on which at least 2 of your own houses are built. And then the twist is boom. When you build a house adjacent to a village and it's your only house adjacent to that village, you can build another house adjacent to any of your houses.
Alrighty. Yep. So I went ahead and build here, here, and here with my mandatory action. And then I think I'm going to use my Crossroads, which will put it at the flowers again. I'm And this is the time that I could choose to place a fort if I wanted to, or can I only do that on my mandatory action?
Yeah, anytime you want to place one, you can.
Okay. And what was the significance of these?
There were 3 points at the end to whoever has the most. It's basically area majority around them.
That
And
sounds like a strong place to put a fort.
Yeah, that's a house, though.
That's a house.
Hey, Travis, we're gonna get it. I swear.
We'll get it. We'll get it. We swear.
Tom has played this before. That's probably why he's asking.
Yeah. I don't know if I was invited to that game night, but whatever. I'm going to use my tunnel again. And I'm just going to tunnel away. I'm going to move this guy to... Oh, that was so close to that. I'm going to put the tunnel that side. There. Okay. And that is my turn.
All right. So, Travis, be sure to correct me when I do this wrong.
Okay.
All right. So I have these green. So I'm going to take houses. And I'm going to go here. Here.
I think he was jealous of your tunneling.
Well, I was looking around going, I don't know where there's a tunnel. And then I am going to use my pink power card and build let's go. I have to be adjacent, so I only have really one space I can go. So let's build it here. There. Then I can move one of my pieces. And I will go. I'll take this guy. Move it
that is a strong card for
here.
Making contiguous lines.
Yeah. There's a thing that would make it better, but we can hopefully we'll get there. And then I am going to. I'm just looking at my tunnel stitch.
The tunnel stitch.
Built down there. So I am also going to move this guy.
Oh, aggressive move.
Right there. And I believe that's all my moves. I have one coin. And I will buy the mule. Put it there. I think that's what I want to do.
That just lets you move it.
I took that back. I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
I'm going to upgrade the wagon and for a coin.
You know what that does, right?
And the wagon will allow me to move any of my houses through my spaces and through one of his.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Or through a group of his, I think.
Okay.
Right.
And I am finished.
All right. So real quick, just a note on the stream. I fiddled with some stuff over there. Let me know if that broke anything. I had to fix something that was going on with the screen. I possibly hope I can get some thumbs up in chat or beardies in the chat.
Throw some beardies up there.
Throw some beardies if everything seems to be still okay.
I'm also going to come back and make sure that my battery is not dying.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll look for the beardies in the chat. All right, so my turn. I have the forests. There's a beardy. Alrighty. Tom,
I think there's a possibility that I put the same battery back in that I took out of the camera in the first place. So
professional stream.
So TJ, did you have the white card? Snow?
I do have the white cards now.
So remember, your Crossroads will let you choose either snow or forest.
That is true.
I'm not saying you should do forest. I'm just reminding you that you have that option.
Also, I should have gotten a coin for using that tunnel. No, that's just a move, not a build, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys are
What's that?
just saying you guys have kind of found yourself struggling to earn any money.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to
trigger,
figure out.
Yeah, it sort of forces you to kind of fill up the terrain you're in so that you can go to new terrain in order to be that first build.
Right.
Yeah.
Or build cards that allow you to, separate or it's tough.
Yeah, no kidding. So, every time I've used my jump across the map, my next terrain has been the one I jumped to. It's been fun. I mean, I don't know if playing it for the forest would be helpful, honestly. That would fill up that terrain, and you were speaking about filling up terrain. But I kind of want to... Oh, well, this will give me points at the end of the game, though. Correct? If I place... Oh, that'll work. Yeah, so I guess I will fill up over here. 1, 2, 3. So I will use that for the bottom part of it. And does this mean that I can also...
Yep.
Place another... Oh, perfect. Druin, thank you for the subscription.
Thanks for the sub, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for the sub.
We're getting close to that microphone.
I know. So if you're watching, be sure to start thinking some names for the microphone emote.
All right, so I have moved it to this little village over here, and that means I can get $1 for hunting.
Yep.
And then I can also trigger the boom, which lets me build adjacent to any of my other places.
Yep.
So I believe I will take that and I will build adjacent to... I think I'm going to build it right here because I believe that would get me victory points at the end of the game. Yes, that would. It's adjacent to 2 hexes with mountains on them. Perfect. And can I buy anything? I cannot. But I could tunnel. Dare I tunnel? Yes, I will tunnel. I will tunnel, and I will move this guy over. Oh, wait, you can't tunnel to snow.
You can tunnel to snow.
You can tunnel to snow, you can't tunnel to ice.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Perfect. Huzzah. Right there. All right. That is my turn. And I did say huzzah.
TJ.
Did I fall right into your trap?
Right.
See you, Twinkle Tanya. Thanks for stopping by.
See you, Tanya. I'll see you on Mark's stream in the morning, I'm sure. All right, discard pile. Boom. We're 5 turns in, and I've already figured out how to find the discard
How to use
pile.
a discard.
All right, so we're gonna go there, 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 and then we're gonna use the bottom half of the wagon to just make sure I'm not dragging the... Okay.
Check the aerial view.
So I get to go through mine and yours and put one there.
Seems like that strategy all of a sudden seems like a good plan.
And then I'm going to build a garden, or build on my garden space there. And then I could tunnel And I will. There. And I believe that is my turn. I don't think I had any cards that I could make money from. And I don't think I built anything next to a village that wasn't already next to a village. So I think I am good. Back to you, TJ.
Okay.
You're rolling now.
Yeah, moving along at a clip. Let's see here. I'm going to first
Why did I choose northeast to southwest?
No kidding.
I know.
All right, so mine is forests. And I may move that over to the tundras in a moment. Now, I'd have to make it adjacent, which is a problem for everybody. Mostly me. So, if I move it to the tundra, doesn't really help me. All right, we might just be moving forests. So, let's go ahead and move here, and then here, and here. And my next thing will be, that's my mandatory action. And I believe I'm going to tunnel away again.
Hey, Travis, remind me, when I do my mandatory action and my carded actions, do I have to do them? Do I have to do the mandatory action first?
Nope, you can do it in any order you want. As a matter of fact, that sometimes it's very key to do it in any. Like you might use your wagon to make you not adjacent to an area, so you can place somewhere else, or
or the tunnel or something. So you can tunnel somewhere and then start building out.
Right.
All right, so I didn't use that, and then my last one will be I can place something in the tundra, but it must be adjacent. So I will go ahead and place right there.
Cool.
All right, so before you start your turn, Richmond, I just want to clarify. So the one card that's you picked top left to bottom right, if you look at the board, there are lines. Like, can you see my cursor? Okay, so this is one of the lines.
Yeah.
And then this is one of the lines. So there are lines all the way across. So you look at a line like this, and a line like this, and a line like this, and a line like this.
Sure.
So as long as you have two houses on a line, you score for it.
Right.
So that one doesn't have to do with contiguous lines. Now the other one definitely does have to do with.
But it's not. So it doesn't matter if I have contiguous lines as long as I have two on that line, correct?
Yep, 4 wanderers. That's correct. As long as you just basically go across each line. All right, right now he has 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Here you have 2, and then here you have 2, and here you have 3.
But like
2.
So where my cursor is, this technically counts, correct? If we're going.
That's correct, because you have 2 houses on that line.
I hear you. I love what you're saying. All right.
All right. I think you guys are good. I'm going to hop off and do some other stuff. I'll see you again in a little bit. If you have any questions or anything, just ping me.
All right. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
See you.
All right. So I'm going to use my garden power, and I'm going to put a house there.
Yeah. What color is it, HB Elam? Because if it's green, it's me. Oh no, it's not me.
Yeah, you're green.
No. There's a random cursor that keeps showing up on your face, and I don't know whose color it is or why. But I don't know. It attacked me earlier. It was green.
All right, so I built that. So now I'm going to play that terrain, and I'm going to go there. And I'm going to go here and here. And then I am going to Caravan my way. Go. Actually, I don't. Where do I want to come from? Let's go from to there. And I will not tunnel. And I am good, I think.
You're good to go. Okay.
Yeah.
All
You're probably
right.
from OBS.
Huh? Oh yeah, it's definitely something I'm doing with my other monitor because that's where the stream is. So the game's over here. I just smacked my microphone. I'm not used to it. Oh, also, hi. I have a new microphone. The screen's here, but OBS and you guys are over here on this monitor. So
Hello.
Oh, gosh, don't do that. I hate it. It's like you're inside my brain and I hate it.
Hello.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna mute you.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna play my terrain, which is the tundra, and I'm actually going to use my power for my Crossroads to change its terrain type to the desert. And I am going to move along the desert in this fashion. Yeah, come on. There we go. Actually, before I do that, I have an idea. I can actually use the power to make me go a little bit further. Oop. So I can go to the desert. Where was the desert I was looking at? It was this guy. Perfect. There. And then I'm going to play my 3 down that way. Okay. And am I going to tunnel? I don't think I'm going to tunnel. All right. I believe that's my turn.
Alrighty. Again, thank you for being a friend.
Beardsmer.
Travel down the road and back again. Heart is true.
Oh gosh.
And a confidant. I almost said Travis. TJ, if you threw a party and invited everyone you knew, you would see that the biggest gift would be from me.
You know what the card attached would say? It would say, "Thank you for being a friend."
Make it stop.
All right. So I have a lot of decisions to make. So let's first.
And I did just receive a text that at this moment the puppy is sleeping. I
Yay.
repeat, the puppy is sleeping.
All right, so I'm going to play 3 of my houses. Actually, you know what? Actually, no, I'm going to play 3 of my houses. So I'll go 1. No, sure. Because I'll put 1 there. Thank you very much. And I will put 1 here. And then, so that's those 3 actions.
Okay.
And then I play my power to build 1 next to in a pink.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Let's do this first. So I'm gonna do the traveler where I can go through your things and mine, I believe.
I believe that is correct, yes.
All right. So I believe I can do this. I'm gonna go through here and go there.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Perfect. I'm so glad you agree. All right. So now we're gonna play the pink one. The fort there. And by doing that, since I didn't have one adjacent to that village, it's my only one adjacent to that village, I can build another adjacent to any of my houses. If you know where it's going.
Oh, I do know where it's going.
So I'm going to build that here, which surprisingly gives me another opportunity to build. So we're going to put that. Put that fort there. And that is the conclusion of my turn.
That was a turn.
It was a turn.
That was a
TJ,
turn and a half.
TJ, I have 4 houses left, by the way.
Oh my goodness. How many do I have left? Oh gosh, I zoomed in so far. I got 7. All right. So my turn is going to be, I'm playing on the pretty flowers terrain. And I will be going and, oh, everything just popped on my shoulder. That was exciting.
So it's the sound of getting old.
It's true.
Trust me,
Quite true.
I just turned 35 last week.
Man, you're old.
I am old.
Alrighty. So I had the plan and then I just realized that it doesn't work, which is a bummer to the plan. So I believe I'm going to flip it.
Flip it down, or HP, what is it? Flip it down something and reverse it?
Something like that.
I don't know why HP, I apologize. I don't know why you were the first person I thought of to ask that, but you know exactly that I was like, the only person I would think would know would be in the chat. I'm sure a lot of people would. So
That's funny though.
HP, I had a running conversation on The Circle. If you have not watched The Circle on Netflix, after the next game we play, go spend 10 hours watching The Circle. It's the greatest reality show of all time. All right. Anyways, your turn.
My turn. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tunnels. Going to move this house to here. What just happened?
Sorry, HB's response.
Oh.
And it's messy.
That's pretty good. Enjoyable. So I will then use I'll go 1, 2, 3, since that's my house and adjacent to that. I will, when you build it next to it and you're only adjacent to that, I can build another adjacent to any of my houses. And I also will do that right here, which is adjacent to this one. And that is, once again, triggering the boon again. And I will, that actually triggers it. What was that? Does it trigger it twice or just once?
What's that? This?
The fort. Doesn't trigger it twice, does it?
It triggered it once.
Okay.
Tom, let us know if we're wrong, but on my last turn, I could have triggered it twice.
Yeah.
It once.
Yeah, if it only triggers once, I'll do that and change these guys out with the right ones.
By the way, thank you again, Jerome, for the tier 1 sub. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
I said that earlier, but we appreciate it.
And then that'll let me put another one adjacent to one of my hexes, which is, I will put it, this is a choice. Do I move it to, yeah, I believe I want to get some area majority on that one down there, which will be a fort. So I'm actually going to put this just in case you get a little aggressive there. All right, so that let me do that. And then the last thing is I can place it to the right, so I can put one in the grasslands. Which, do I have anything? Grasslandy. Grasslandy? Is that a word? I don't think it's a word.
I'd put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it, I believe.
Put one there. All
By the
right,
way, I'm still on that.
And I still only have $1. All right, that's my turn. Oh gosh, I zoomed in. Sorry, guys.
All right. Well, I'm going to finish this out real quick. So I need I'm running some lines real quick. All right, so I don't have anything there. So I'm going to play my terrain card, which is this pinkety pink. And I did not set my cameras up very well. So we're going to go here. Uh-oh, that's off the board.
You just missed.
Yep, sure did. Oh, good. Yeah, I got to put it there. And put that there. And then I will. Oh boy. Trying to see where I can spare if I can spare a square.
Oh gosh. Childhood just came flooding back with that comment.
Yeah. So I can go through yours. I'm trying to think what's most advantageous for me right now. It's interesting. I agreed to play this game for a couple reasons. A, I love Travis and I enjoy Queen games. B, we've played a ton of deck builders and I've destroyed you in all of the deck builders. And I am terrible at area control, area majority. So this could be you just crush me here, by the way.
You have the added benefit of being able to say that you've played Kingdom Builder before. I never actually played Kingdom Builder, so I was very excited to hop on and play this one.
And I was terrible at Kingdom Builder. Just so we're clear.
Just so we're aware.
All right. So listen, TJ.
What's up?
Old old friend of mine. I'm going to use my movement power to move this guy there. I am going to take this guy and move him there. And I will use my 1 power to build in the pink. And I will build it there. And that is my last house.
That is your last house. All right.
Turn, and then we count some scores.
Don't I get to finish mine, don't I?
I said you get to take your turn, and then we finish scores.
You cut out. Don't cut me out of one turn.
Hello.
All right, go ahead.
In my brain. Every single time.
It's the Gus hello.
I know. And that should tell you how much I hate it. It's Gus saying hello.
Hello.
All right. Oh, gosh. All right. So mine is the desert, but I'm going to use this to place in the grassland or the flowers. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 there. And then the last thing I can do, that was my mandatory action. My last thing will be place a on the right, which will be back in the flowers again. I don't think that's going to help me anywhere. Maybe checking the board, checking any extra 1 little point I can squeeze out of it. I don't think there is, Richmond. Don't think I've got one. Oh, wait.
Almost shrug gift.
I see one. Nope. Here it is. Do that. Tunnel from here to... Oh, no. I'd seen it. There it is. Tunnel there. Boom. Squeeze out 1 extra little point.
All right. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
All right. So the way we score is we start with, and I have the Kingdom Builder rules here. Victory points are awarded for the following. We first start with the 3 Winter Kingdom cards that are evaluated one after the other for each player. So we are going to get 1 victory points for each of your own houses adjacent to at least 2 hexes with either mountains or ice. I will allow you to do that on your own, and we'll reconvene.
Okay. Well, why don't I call out the points for yours, and then you do it so that people can see how we're scoring.
Okay. So it basically has to either have 2 mountains, 2 ice, or a combination of the 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So in theory, this one would get a point.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to start down here.
Yeah, you start wherever you want.
So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's it. So I'll take 10 points. I'll move my dude up there. What am I, yellow? Yeah.
Yes.
So 10 points. And
now,
for you.
Did the...
Oh, I apologize.
I was going to say force count too, right?
Yeah. They count for 2. And in this instance, I did not have any that mattered. Oh, I did. I had 1.
Yes.
So that should be 11.
All right. Sounds good. All right. For mine, I will have 2, 3, 4.
Can you make the arrow?
Tab.
Every time. Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. 14.
By the way, I did not count this one here. That one.
Okay.
So I should be at 12, and you're at 14. What are we owing?
Nothing. I don't think so.
I don't like that. All right. Each terrain board. So there are 7 terrain boards that make up this this board. 4 victory points awarded to the player who has the longest contiguous straight line of their own houses on that board.
Oh, I may have lost it on that one.
All right, so this one
is
we'll start top center.
Yeah.
And that is a tie.
For 2.
I only have 2, so I believe ties are friendly.
Yeah, in case of tie, 4 BP for each of the tied players.
So 12 to 16. All right, so let's go this right one here. And that's going to be me on this one.
Yeah.
This one's going to be you.
Okay.
The center one, 3 for you, 5 for me.
Okay.
So we're at 8. It's 8 to 4 right now that still need to be added.
Yep.
This one down here is me, 12 to 4. You have the lone one in bottom center, so 12-8. And so it's 12-12.
12-12.
So you move from 18 to 30, and I move from 16 to 28. And then the last one is 2 victory points for each line through the game board in the chosen direction on which at least 2 of your own houses are built. So this is going to take some doing, and I'm going to do this top down so that I can...
Yep. You go right ahead, and I'll trace.
All right. So 2, 4. Nope. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Goes up through there. 16. No. 18, 20, 22, 24, 26.
Okay. 654.
All right. Well, you count yours. I will manage the.
Nope, I'm going to need your help with counting that.
All right. Sorry. I will count then, and you can.
Yes.
All right. No. 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 All right. 2. All right. 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
10. Okay. Sorry, you did that one. Nope. No. 12, 14, 16.
Okay. And Travis just popped in and said that if there's forts along a line, it qualifies. If they're by themselves, will qualify. So this one here qualifies.
Which one? Okay. So 18.
Yep.
Forts. Oh, I also have one here. So I should get 2 more.
And then I'd have one here as well.
Okay. So that makes you 20.
20. Yeah.
Push me up 2 more.
Yep. Gotcha.
Thank you, Travis.
Let's meet at 50. Okay. And then it's castle scores, I believe.
It is castle scoring. So majority next to a castle scores 3 victory points to the player who has the most houses. In case of a tie, all players get 3 victory points. If there are no houses next to a castle, you do not get them. So we'll start top center again, and we'll work our way across. So I get 3 points there.
Okay. Nope. Okay.
I will get 3 points for this one. Even though you have a fort there, I still have it's 4 to your 3. Then we will go to the center, and I get 3 points there because I'm the only one touching it.
Yep.
This right one over here, you're going to get 3 points. No one is touching the castle on this one.
Nope.
No one's touching the castle on this one. And no one is touching the castle on this one.
All right.
And the final scores
53 to 65.
Feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, that was real good. I like that game. I like that game a lot.
Yeah,
I think my daughter would really like this.
I definitely think she would like Kingdom Builder. Kingdom Builder is lighter than this. I've seen this described as like a gamer, like a super hobby gamer's Kingdom Builder.
Yeah.
And so definitely the upgrading of the cards is a nice touch. Because Tom was talking about it in the chat earlier, like this game is super variable. Like you're going to get 5 cards at the beginning and you're never going to get a new one. So you have to figure out a way to make that engine work with the cards that you're given. And then that game changer or the twist is a nice card.
Yeah, I like the variability of that where everything is going to be a little shuffled around every time.
Yeah, and then the finance card, I believe it's called finance card. I don't really. I could
economy.
Yeah, economy card. There you go. There are different levels of those. So some are going to be easier, some are going to be harder. I think we had a difficult one.
I was going to say ours was pretty difficult.
Yeah, I think if you go into the, they're not listed by difficulty. But I mean, it's fairly hard one because there's not going to be much time that you're going to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at them now, like unoccupied hexes on the terrain. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of those are I do enjoy that. I think, like I said, I think my daughter would really like to play this.
Yeah, I think Squish would like that a lot.
I think she would, indeed. Well, everybody, that's Kingdom Builder.
So
that is Winter Kingdom. I'm sorry.
Winter
Now
Kingdom.
I've got them. I'm flipping them in it. That's Winter Kingdom. Also check out Kingdom Builder if you like this. Get them both.
So let's go back to the main screen and then give us a moment, and we will reconnect with Travis.
Yeah, I think we'll pop it into the Be Right Back. Run a real quick ad out, and then get Travis back in, and we'll be switching over to. How do we say it again?
It is. Give me just a second. It's Coco Pelli.
Cocopelli.
Hey, if you're on here and you are following us on Twitter, I'm going to post a link to this stream that basically is saying we're playing Cocopelli basically for the first time on any stream. If you want to retweet that and help us get some views over here, it feels like a big deal for us to get a first look at a Feld game. So
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We're all big fans of Feld, and just really excited for the opportunity to get this out and get to play it. Honestly, I'm excited.
And we appreciate Travis giving us that opportunity. So if you head over to our Twitter account, Bramblet Gaming, or at Bramblet Gaming, you can and actually you just head over there. But I'll have it up in a couple seconds, and then if you'll retweet it, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll be right back and get everything set up for first look at the newest Feld. Be right back, guys.